What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is here. Match review time, match reaction time, and it was uglier. Well, it was as ugly as I predicted. Let's face it. I don't claim to know everything about football, but I like to think that I can see a few danger signs when they're coming. I like to think that I know a thing or two from watching the Premier League year in, year out for I don't know how many years now. But what can you do? What can you do when no one wants to change, no one wants to adapt to anything, and we are where we are right now. So as we are now 3 points from safety after Burnley beat Tottenham tonight. Burnley have another couple games in hand. We've now conceded 56 goals, which is more than our total from last year. And yeah, it's just another embarrassing outing. Yeah, I mean, for anyone that's watching, please smash a like on the video. If you're watching a replay, smash a like. Then also subscribe to the channel. This is the main place. This is the best place you'll see me when it comes to talking about Leeds and giving my opinions. This is where I'm respected. This is where I give my full opinion, because you just have to look after yourself. I got to be honest. There's some things I've seen today which has been very very slimy. But yeah, listen, this is where you'll find me. And listen, we're gonna go through it today. We're going to go through it, and I'm going to get through your comments as well. Corey, yeah, this is needed. Yeah, listen, we're going to go through it together, people. We will go through it together. I love Leeds United, not Bielsa FC. Thank you. Me too, man. Me too. And the best opinion on YouTube. I don't know about the best, but it's definitely comes from a genuine place of love for the club and genuine opinion from the heart. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Any other Rebecca, any other manager would have been sacked by Christmas, considering our results and performances. Burnley conceded 1 goal against them. Norwich conceded 3. Bielsa is meant to be a tactical genius. Well, we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into all of that. Jack Wilson, hello to you, man. I think we're done. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Robert Kelso, ouch. That's a word to use. That's a word to use. Ouch is a decent one to use, man. It hurts. Of course, it hurts. It is no fun watching your team get panned game after game. It's not. You know, there's always this stigma about YouTube folks that you like it when your team loses because people like to clown you and you get a couple more views. I would sacrifice all those rival fans' views for wins on the board. This is no fun for me. It hasn't been fun all season, and it's getting to a point now where it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I can't do nothing. I can't banter no one back. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Vic Vinegar is asking, wait, Burnley won? Yes, they won 1-0. They beat Spurs 1-0 at home today. Ben Mee header from a set piece. So, yes, they are now 3 points behind with 2 games in hand. Look, let's go through it. Let's go through it. I don't. This may be a lengthy one. It may be a lengthy one because, first of all, I posted yesterday. I said I wasn't going to do a match preview because I wasn't really feeling up to it. But I did post out my team, and a lot of you gave me some feedback on the team, saying it was good. Some of you would have made a few changes here and there, which I completely get, which is all good. We keep it respectful all the time here. But the reason why I selected the midfield I did, in terms of it would have been Bate and Shackleton, was for energy in the midfield. We were going to lose anyway. Let's just get it out of the way. We were going to lose, but there would have been probably a lesser scoreline because of the energy they would have given us in midfield in the system that we're playing consistently, in the man-to-man system. They would have given us a bit more energy, a bit more guard. Shackleton showed that in the second half, but we'll get onto all of that. And I would have put those in, and I would have put Dallas at right back, Llorente, Strauch, Firpo. But then we see Llorente isn't in the squad. For whatever reason, I don't know at this point in time, people. But then I said, okay, we got no Llorente, fine. Let's put Charlie Creswell in there. You know, a centre-back that's looking to, you know, that is a centre-back in by trade. Let's do that. No. We're going to put Luke Ayling at centre-back and put Stuart Dallas at right back. I said yesterday, that if we was to put Mateus Click and Rodrigo in midfield, it would be a long day. And it was. It was a long day. Some things are just so obvious to see that you don't need to be a tactical genius to tell you this. You don't need to be a tactical genius to work out when something is just clearly not going to work. And Mateus Click plodding around the place as usual. Rodrigo not tracking back. I lost count of how many times Joel Matip went through our defense, and that was before he scored, because I made a note of it before he scored. This was before they were getting through our midfield at will, which was obvious when you're pairing up Click and Rodrigo in there. But there's so many other factors to this, guys. The players are devoid of confidence. They're done. They've got no confidence right now. And when I'm seeing people say, these aren't the games that define us, that may be true. But getting hammered game after game kills your confidence. You can't just say, oh yeah, we lost 6-0 in this last game. But you know what? We'll go on to the next one, fresh slate. It doesn't work like that. Anybody who's ever played any level of football knows it doesn't work like that. You second guess yourself all the time, and we saw a lot of that today. Gil saying, I'm devastated. I predicted a 5-0 loss. Yeah. T85, Bielsa out. And Rebecca G, the games that defined us, we've lost as well. Listen, Rebecca, I've said this all season long, but you'll always get people that say, yeah, but the bottom clubs are so bad. Forgetting that we are also bad. We kind of had a discussion yesterday where we were talking about how bad Brentford have been over the past couple of months, because they've been terrible, but yet they're still above us in the table. So what does that tell you how we're doing? Lee Waters, I haven't forgot you. Here we go. Thank you for the super chat, Lee. As always, thank you for your support. Always here, and I appreciate it, man. This won't define our season, people say. I'm sorry, but it will. Goal difference equals 1 point. We're done. Bielsa's got to go now. I love him, but no. And that's a fair point. Sorry, I'm not going to disagree with any kind of points like that. Bielsa said something in his press conference, in his pre-match press conference, saying that the fans have been more patient with him than usual. And he's right. They have been. I have been. This is unacceptable, though. Going to these places and getting pammed game after game is unacceptable. There's ways of losing games. I even said against Everton, if we lost that game, but it was in a more competitive manner, I can accept that. But we went out of with a whimper against Everton. Newcastle, nothing. So this is why I put in the title. Where are the next 3 points coming from? I don't know. You guys tell me, because I kind of looked at Leicester away and thought, Leicester are in the best of form. But then I remember Everton weren't in the best of form either. But it is what it is. Listen, Daniel Fleming with a super chat. Thank you, Daniel. That 6-0 score prediction, KG. Yeah, Bielsa out. Yeah, I got it on the money. 6-0. And I actually thought I was being quite generous. So it's just so demoralizing. And I don't see, as I say, people support the club in however they support the club. I get it. But give anyone that's in the chat, please give me the positive light that we've got, please. And I will happily put it up. Econ, you sent a £2 super chat. I don't know if you missed your message, man, but thank you for the support. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, Jack Simpson, Liverpool took the foot off the gas second half. Yeah, they were party timing in the second half. Diaz, Mane, they were all doing flicks, tricks. They were having fun. That's the team we've become now. People are just taking the mick out of us. Tiny Massive, the team you gave was perfect, I think. Well, listen, let's get into it, because I'm going to get into your feedback as well, because we got to talk. Now, the starting lineup, as I mentioned, no Gelhardt yet again. Casperino, why do you even bother, KG? I don't know, Casper. I don't know. Because I'm telling you for a fact, setting this all up, because as I've told you guys before, I don't have my laptop just set up on the desk ready to go. I have to put all of this stuff up. All right. So trust me, it's not fun for me doing this when we're losing. No fun at all, promise you. Just going through some comments here. Michael Pallard, KG, I'm sick of the Bielsa cult club saying in him we trust. That attitude is what's allowing MB not to change. Rotate with Bate or Creswell or adapt. Sorry, time to go. And this was my thing. I said to Brownie, because Brownie goes to nearly every game. And I said to him, it's not even about booing the team at full time. It's not even about that. But don't cheer them when we keep on getting beat because it's sending out the wrong message. I don't listen to the post match interviews. I really don't. But I see the headline. It's always the fans were brilliant today. Oh, the fans just kept us going. Like it's almost being taken for granted, the support, because they're not getting any stick. And for me, it's not about booing, but I just know for a fact when I've been at games and we've been heavily beaten back in the dark days, and I mean the real dark days of the championship, you never see me clapping. Never. It's not happening. I don't know how you do it. People say it will kill the players' confidence. You start booing. I don't think it matters because I think they're all devoid of confidence anyway. But you've got to let these people know that what we're seeing week after week now is just not acceptable. This is our Premier League status at stake, but people want to just play all nicely with these players. Well, but listen, let's get into it. Yeah, no Gelhardt. Once again, what does Gelhardt have to do to show that he is the starting striker here? Sick of talking about it now. Sick of talking about it. Instead, Gelhardt gets to come on when there's 60 minutes, when we're 3-0 down. Just crazy. Crazy stuff. Let me just see. I think I may have missed. Okay, got a couple more super chats. Let me just get through these. Immortal RA, thank you for your support, man. It's heartbreaking seeing Leeds like this, conceding goals or more per game. If we survive this season and stay up, I don't know how I would react. That's all we can hope for now, just to survive. I think we've been saying this for a while, but the reality is starting to creep up. All of a sudden, that 7-point gap that we had that everyone thought was cushy, it's not so long cushy anymore, is it? It's literally now, when you think about it, not in our hands. Yes, we have the points on the board, and that's magnificent. But Burnley are that team where they can just grind out a result, and we've seen it again. Tottenham have just beaten Manchester City away, and yet Burnley go out and get a clean sheet against them. Well, let's breathe, people. Let's breathe. Mr. P with a super chat. Thank you so much, man. Have the players lost confidence in Bielsa because they certainly aren't playing for him? Poor team selection and even poorer substitutions. Yeah, let's keep on getting into it, Mr. P. We'll touch on all of that. We'll touch on all of that. It's not good in the chat. I don't know how good this therapy session's gonna go. I think we might have to commit ourselves tonight. I think we might just have to commit ourselves overall. But listen, no Gelhardt, said that already. No Cresswell for Llorente. Once again, blowing my mind. Why not we just, instead of going to Anfield and thinking we need to shore things up, maybe get more defensive, play 2 solid banks, we play 1 natural centre half. Please register in your head. We've gone to Liverpool, Salah, Mane, Trent, Robertson, all these guys, Diaz, and we've played 1 natural centre back. What are you supposed to do with that? What are you supposed to do with that? The one thing that we had, the one good opening we had was Dan James pressing Alisson into a mistake, and Liverpool defence cleared it up. I thought that was excellent by Dan James, yet again being asked to play up front when he's not a striker. You have to give Dan James all the credit, but yet, Dan James got subbed off. But hey, listen, Dan James, for me, he's one of the bright sparks in this team. He really is. I don't look at Dan James and feel, like I do with a few of these other players. But Dan James, listen, credit to him for at least trying. And then also Dan James again, he had a chance. Rodrigo had a chance to play Dan James through. We actually broke from a corner from Liverpool. But instead of just playing Dan James through first time, Rodrigo dilly-dallies on the ball and then puts I don't even know what he did after that. He put the ball high, and I think Liverpool won the possession again. But there was a chance for Dan James to run clean through, and Rodrigo dilly-dally with the ball. And then we get to the goal, click. Can't pass a ball, to release Rafinha. So slow. Dallas handball from Robertson's cross. It was handball. Penalty scored by Salah, 1-0. And then that's when the floodgates just open. Because that's been a theme. Once we've gone behind, we have a very hard time to get it back. Villa was an anomaly, but usually when we go behind, that's when everything gets pulled apart. Then yeah, I mentioned Diaz. He ripped Ailing, left Ailing for dead. Melier makes a save, but it was what I was concerned about with Ailing playing at all today, and that's why some people asked me in the chat yesterday in the comments, you wouldn't play Ailing, but this has been Ailing all season long. It just has been. Matip running through the midfield multiple times. But Rafinha goal offside. Fair enough, it was offside, and then we go 2-0 Matip. Another charge forward. 1-2 pass with Salah, so easy, so easy. And then he gets it back. Matip slots it in 2-0, and you're just thinking, please, just keep the score down if you can. Please, just keep the score down. Ben Berry, why is Ailing at centre back ahead of Cresswell, who's an actual centre back? Why is Click and Rodrigo in midfield against one of the best teams in the league? Ben, there's only one man that can answer that. There's only one. Only one. Like I say, my team is still there. It's still in my discussion. If you want to go and see it, that's the team I would have gone with. Again, not saying we would have won the game, but I think it would have been a little bit better overall. I just do. Okay, 3-0 comes. Penalty conceded by Ailing. Clumsy tackle with Mane. They thought it could have been a red card, but apparently it's because the ball was going to the keeper. Why Luke Ayling didn't get a red? I thought at the time the referee was just taking it easy on us and thinking, "Nah, we can't give these guys a red card." But yeah, that was Salah 3-0. Fabinho should have scored after 41 minutes to make 4. Just before the half ended, Salah went through, chipped it through, but Firpo cleared it off the line. And what can you do with this? Honestly, what can you do with what I'm saying? These are all things that happened in the game. These are all things that happened in the game. It's tough. This one's tough because even though you expect it, people will probably say you predicted a 6-0 loss. So why does it bother you so much? You can predict a lot of things, but it doesn't mean you want it to come true. You can predict that somebody's going to be cool with you, but then they end up being an absolute, jabroni. You just hope it doesn't happen, innit? But I didn't want the prediction to happen. But it's also the way that we're conceding. It's just all too easy. Sorry, 56 goals conceded at this point of the season tells you it's too easy. Alison and Marty Adams, thank you for tuning in. Can't see us getting any points in the next two. I don't blame you. Don't blame you. Mr. P, I'm sorry to say heads have dropped. We are now counting on other teams to play worse than us. Yeah, and there was a note above saying we need to concentrate on what we're doing rather than other teams. I completely agree. I do. But it's you kind of do have to look behind you now because it's out of our hands. That 7-point gap has gone. So now we are having to look at other teams and saying, geez, I hope Burnley don't win another game. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So that's the only reason why. Because trust me, I'm like you. I always say concentrate on yourself, but then it comes to a certain time in the season where you do have to start looking around you and checking results around you just to see what other people are doing in comparison to yourself. And we are approaching that time of the season now. Mark A just came here to pay my condolences to Leeds United. Sorry, KG. Cheers, Mark. Thank you so much. Right, second half comes, and this is when I've told you before when I've been usually hot, a little bit angry, but I just burst out laughing. I saw Shackleton and Roberts come on for Rodrigo and Click at halftime. I just burst out laughing. Just burst out laughing because it wasn't going to work from the start. It wasn't. And then all of a sudden, yet again, it comes to halftime, 45 minutes, we're having to use 2 of our substitutions yet again. I mean, Roberts, it doesn't matter, does it? Gelhardt should be coming on before Roberts, but we've played this record before. Let's not play it again. And then just for the rest of the second half, I just mentioned that Liverpool were having a party. They were just having a party out there. They were taking it easy. They were trying to get little special goals here and there. Mane then gets the 4th goal. From Melier's bad kick, another bit of poor distribution from Melier, another constant theme. Henderson to Mane goal 4-0. Mane Scrappy after Origi goes through against Melier, who saved it. Brave save by Melier, but the rebound fell to Mane. And when it's not going your way, it's not going your way. Listen, I don't want to sound very cryptic here, but if you ask any of the guys on the debrief, I did say Virgil van Dijk was going to score from a corner, and you'll see this. And I said it to my partner in the house as well. I said Van Dijk is going to get some joy against us. Free header from a set piece. I mean, we've seen this all before. I I'm not saying anything that we have not seen before, and we just got it all. We just got it all in one game today. So Van Dijk set piece header 6-0. That's the game done. That's the game done. And where do I stand? I just want to know why it seems to be a sin that you ask questions. Listen, I've given you my starting lineup before. It's still in my community post. I've told you everything that I've said today that was going to happen yesterday. And I'm just a regular guy on the street. I'm just a fan like everyone in this chat right now. I'm just a fan like you guys. But if I can see it, how can Bielsa not see it? How? Listen, there's over 300 of you in there. Thank you so much, man. Smash a like on the video, please. Just do that for me. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Like I say, this is where you'll find me and my real Leeds United opinions and football opinions in general. So I'm going to try and we're going to go through this together. Let's go. Mark Jones, sorry, tried every play in all position, Neon, same formation, whatever. Sorry for talking like this. I'm a Leeds fan, but this isn't working. It's not working. That's why I went for the lineup I did, just so you can make it more solid and just drop the man marking for a game. Once again, we saw Luke Ayling near the start running out to the halfway line again with Sadio Mane. Just like what happened against Arsenal, where Lacazette went out to the halfway line and we left a gaping gap. These teams aren't stupid. They know it. They know what's going to happen. Martin Naden, Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash the rain away? That's I don't usually like that song because they overplayed it. I think even you'd agree with that, Martin. But yeah, Soundgarden, yeah. I'm looking California, but I'm feeling Minnesota. We'll go with that one. Let's get into some more. I want what I want from you guys is your general feelings in regards to. You can talk about the game tonight, but Bielsa too. I need to hear what you're saying in regards to everything. Squawk saying I think Bielsa's time is coming to an end. James Redman, KG mate, I'm a huge Bielsa fan, but I think the naivety of the way we continue to play is a joke. Look at Burnley, etc. They're keeping themselves in games while we are done by half time. James, this is something that I said. I think I said it in the last one, but I've said it many times before. When Watford beat Villa 1-0 at the weekend, and when Burnley went to Brighton and won 3-0, there is they set up differently. Teams below us set up differently. It doesn't work all the time, but it works some of the time. They set up differently against different teams. We're just setting up the same in every single game. We made Adam Forshaw, and I said it on here before, but he looked like a League Two player against Paul Pogba the other day. But that's not his fault. He shouldn't be asked to man mark Paul Pogba. It's criminal. It's criminal what's been going on, and and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We did it last year. We did it last season. In the last 11 games of the season, we adapted. You don't get a 0-0 draw at home to Chelsea, Manchester United, and everything else like that. All the good results that we got, and not make changes. We were more pragmatic in the final games of the season. But we're not seeing any changes this season. It's just baffling. It's just baffling to me, and it sucks. I cannot tell you how much I was dreading this game today. I can't tell you. I can't put it into words. I just was not looking forward to this at all. Group chats are going off. It's all mad. But yeah. Back of the net, we're all hurting. Yeah. Imagine if you were a player in this team following the tactics MBS credit in the back, but Lambs to the slaughter tonight. Yeah, I do think of that as well. Back of the net, just in terms of when you're a player in this defense, especially in the defensive area, and the substitutions made, and all of a sudden you've got to move around 3, 4 pieces. That can't be good. Can't be good for this defense, and it can't be good for Melier. Oh no, I don't know. Tom Gatlin, no plan B, just more plan A. No adapting to certain situation in games. This is the Premier League, not Championship. Well, this is it, Tom. And when people tell you it's worked for 3 years, we've got to go with the ups and downs. People discount that we were playing some of these games against Barnsley. Some of these games were against bottom tier Championship clubs. That doesn't mean you can do the same coming up to the Premier League, especially in your second year when you've barely made changes to an already tired squad that is lacking in quality. So that does not wash with me either. But this is negligence on so many different parts that we can just not go into it on a match review. There's just too many things to talk about. James Redmond with a super chat. Thank you so much for your support, man. Keep up the great work, bud. I will try. I will try. This is what I'm saying, though, peeps. I wish I could be on here and celebrate something. I just don't know where the next win's coming from. I don't see it. Even though Spurs have lost tonight against Burnley, Burnley set up differently to us and they play differently. That doesn't mean Tottenham are going to be there for the taking when they come to Ellen Road. I do think that there's more of a chance of getting something against Spurs than I did against Liverpool, which is pretty obvious. I just don't know. I just don't know. Aaron, sorry, there's absolutely no way this club stays up. Not a chance. And the thing is, and yeah, Chris, we ain't just losing. We are getting battered. Yeah. Um, Be also to walk at the end of the season. I'm resigned to being relegated, and this is it now. Like if we rewind a few months, I was always in the camp of nah, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna do enough. Um, we're gonna be all right, and that was before January, where I thought we'd make a couple of changes. But when you are looking at our squad devoid of confidence, devoid of ideas, just slow. I can't tell you how many times today I thought our build up today was just so pedestrian. People taking 4 or 5 touches because they just don't know what to do anymore. We don't have the quality in the squad. We are lacking so much quality. Remember the thing I said before? I want more quality on the ball, less runners. We don't even have runners anymore. The press, the press on some of the goals today was shambolic. Last season, we were looking at our presses. Wow, we're amazing. We're hunting in packs, 3, 4 people after the ball, and then we break forward. That has been our MO, but that hasn't been here this season, and there's reasons for it. Squads need refresh. Quality's low. We, I don't have the answers. I don't know if people are looking for me for the answers. I don't have them all. Jason Redshaw, thanks for the super chat. There's no message to it, so but thank you anyway for the support. Much appreciated. Yeah, Jack, Dan James is our press. Great point. Great point. Econ saying, can't remember the last time I was buzzing watching Leeds. 2 goals against Man United, maybe, but that didn't last long. Yeah, but apparently, if you're saying that you can't criticize people for still going on about the 2 goals in a game that we lost against our rivals, you're making a big deal out of it. But hey, we all support the team differently. Some people want success, others obviously just don't. Jeff Black, just seeing the goals, embarrassing and difficult to watch. It is. It's amateur hour. All our goals are just so easy, so easy. David Mallon, mass exodus in the summer. What next? There's going to be an exodus, all right, but I don't know if it's going to be I don't know if it's going to be one that we're wishing for or one that is just going to be bestowed upon us. I just don't know which one it's going to be. Josh, morning, KG. Dear me, we're woeful right now. You think the 49ers will still buy a championship club? No, they won't. No, they wouldn't. It's all based on the premise of staying in the Premier League. That's where the money is. I don't think they'd be interested in the championship club buying that full right. No way. Mark Jones just heard Rafinha took his shirt off at the end. He's finished. What can Rafinha do by himself? This is the thing. Rafinha is getting actual stick, which is crazy to me. Because if we didn't have Rafinha this season, where would we be? Where would we be without Rafinha? But because he's a bit disillusioned with what's going on. Let's be honest, he's disillusioned with what's going on around him in terms of the club in general. That's why he hasn't signed no contract. Would you sign a contract right now with Leeds United if you're Rafinha, who's being linked with Chelsea, Barcelona, all these clubs, PSG? Are you signing a contract with Leeds United in our current state? Please be honest. He's disillusioned with what's going on around him. He probably thought, no, Deco, when he came over, they probably thought, yeah, they'll bring in some people. Yeah, we'll discuss a contract. They'll bring in a couple of players to help us out. And then he saw nothing. He come back from Brazil where he's played with Neymar, with Anthony, and he said, oh, are these still the same faces we got here? God damn. Gilbert Walker, Rafinha's running was incredible tonight. Worked his socks off. He did. He did what he could. It was going to be a hard game for him to shine. Let's be fair. It was never going to be a game for him to shine in. You would hope that he could get something in the game, but we just didn't have the ball enough today. Woodsy, great point here. How can we also expect Gelhart to make a big impact when where it was 3-0 down and all the players are deflated? Woodsy, I kind of said this. I don't know if I said it online or not though, but he brought Gelhart on it when we're 2-0 down to Manu as well. It's almost it's almost like people are calling for you so badly. All right, we're down bad. Do something. I don't know. It's weird to me. It's just weird to me, Woodsy. I can't answer that either. But it's right. He's come on now when we're 2-0 down and now when we're 3-0 down instead of starting the game. Um, TSA, unlucky KGB also just needs to revamp his system, especially with a thin squad. Needs to play much more defensive, in my opinion. You know what, TSA, and this was something that dawned on me the other day. But I've said on here before that I would love Bielsa to adapt. I'd love him to not be so loyal to the players he's got and just change his ways a bit. But we're asking them. I don't even know how old he is, if he's 67 or not. We're asking a very old man to change his ways. Now just look through time. Look, just know of old people that you know. How often is it that an old person will adapt their ways? It's not very often, is it? So it's kind of you're kind of asking the impossible here. He's not going to adapt. He's just not. Sunny Jim, Liverpool fan here. I like Leeds, but this defending was shambolic. I don't know why Bielsa can't make tweaks where you defend with intensity like the old Athletic Bilbao. Yeah, like at Bilbao. I know we don't have the quality that Bilbao had, in all fairness, Jim, but there are ways to make it a bit more compact, a bit more tough to break down, as teams below us are showing. We're not in the bottom three, but minus 56. Come on. Can anyone really excuse that? Mark Jones, good night, KG, mate. Keep this up at 3 in the morning. No worries, Mark. Catch you on another stream, man. Lee Waters, if Bielsa changed his tactics, kept us up, and wanted to sign a new contract, would you take it? Personally, I'd want freshness still. Nah, nah. For me, what I've said before on here, Lee, is that I'm actually terrified if he does stay, because I think we'll see some of these players still be here if we survive. I think we'll still see Mateus Click starting. I still think we'll see Mateus Click. I still think we'll see some of the old guard ailing here. We can't have that. We just can't. We need. I think now it's come to a point where you need somebody to come in with a fresh pair of eyes. But I wouldn't advise it right now. I wouldn't advise it right now. And let me just tell you why. because as worried as I am with how it is right now, I just wonder how much another coach could get out of a Luke Ayling, a Matthias Klick. And the reason I say that is because before he came, these guys were middling championship players. They've been playing, they've had all the juice squeezed out of them in terms of what they can give. And I just wonder if what new coach could come in at this point of the season and get a different tune out of them. That's where I would worry about replacing him right now. So it's about getting to the summer and trying. I just don't know. I don't have all the answers. I really don't. But I just look at some of the players that we do have. You've got to remember that some of these were used to finishing the championship 15th year after year. To get rid of the guy that's gotten to this point, I think would be very, very risky. More risky than it seems to be right now. But who knows? Who knows? We don't know. There will be life after Bielsa. We've got no choice. He's not going to be here year after year. Mr. P, does another coach drop a Luke Ayling and click and start with somebody else? I would hope so. I would hope so. Stephen LC, unfortunately, you nailed the score prediction, my man. Yeah, unfortunately, I did. See, and Steve, there's no joy in getting it right. It's about being proved wrong in those instances. It just sucks. Tom, yeah, Tom, that's my guy, Gasparini. I'd love him to come over here. Bit of ambition, Gasparini in the summer, and hopefully he could bring a couple of those Atalanta players with him. You know what I mean? But he signs the kind of players that I was looking at. Team Coop Miners. Imagine that Coop Miners for 14 million. He signs those kind of players. Got a good vibe, good defense, good transition from defense to attack. He'd be perfect in the Prem. But phew. Um, Jeff Black, yeah, I mean, there is no competition for places, and we all know why. Jeff, it's a point. Listen, I love Melier. Trust me, I do. But you can see the kid needs a break. He needs a bit of time out. He does. But we don't have a backup goalkeeper. Clausen, he's certainly not ready for the Prem. So where's that experienced head? Where's that experienced head giving Melier just that bit of advice? Where is it? He's just got a goalkeeping coach. He doesn't even have an experienced head just to say, yo, things are going wrong here and here. You need to just do this and that. He's got nobody. We can't even take him out the firing line. Other teams have done it this season. Palace have done it. Other teams have done it where they've had to just take out their goalkeeper for 1 or 2 games and then they bring him back in. We've got no choice. We've got to keep rolling him out. And just think about that as well, Melier. As much stick as he's getting lately, his confidence must be in the gutter. Minus 56. I feel bad for a couple of these players. I really do. Woodsy Bielsa refuses to drop Harrison, Dallas, and Ayling, and then once again, Jack Harrison. He was the one on my starting lineup I left out. He's anonymous again, and I like Jack Harrison. I do, but he's doing nothing. But yet Gelhardt just has to hold a place on the bench. Please, please. This is not going the way that I thought that this match reaction would go. You guys give me some therapy. I'm feeling bad here. I'm feeling so low when it comes to this team right now. I just don't know where the next win's coming from. Yeah, Michael S. Melier's had some shockers to be fair, but he's been one of our best players this season. Says it all. Yeah, exactly. He's got like the second most saves, but then he's conceded the most. Tells you that there's problems at both ends. Um, Mark Dooley, I'll take a manager who can offer a defense. It's that time. Can't disagree with you. I feel you, KG, feeling so down. Yeah, it's hard not to like. It's hard not to. I always try and see where we can look for a little, ray of light. I just don't see it right now. And the thing is, I always take it back to the players. If I'm feeling like this, how are the players feeling also, who are actually going through these humiliating beatings that they've been on the receiving end of. Just think about how they're feeling. Not saying, feel sorry for them, they're highly paid players, but I'm just talking in terms of their confidence and their emotions after these games. These games where people say it doesn't matter if we lose heavily against Liverpool because everyone does, even though that's not true. Bobby, come on now. Big sound time. Let's not do this, Bobby. No, no. Sean, Sean, KG, do you feel like crying? No, I don't. I don't. I'm just very, very frustrated, Sean. Very, very frustrated. Sean, you usually share. I see you around in other chats. You usually share what you're eating. Tell us what you're eating, man. Uh, uh, yeah, Ian, hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, I've been feeling that all day long. People lose, but not 6-0 joke of a club right now. Yeah. Ian Travers, good point on morale, KG. If there's no attempt to change tactics, how are the players going to feel more confident? Yeah, yeah. Bowie, Dr. Phillips' return would be a ray of light. Yep, Bowie, good point. But as good as that will be, and it will be tremendous when he does come back, it's a little bit more than that. It's other pieces around Calvin Phillips too. But yes, he will give us way more protection in there. And it's always funny. I always say he gets a lot of criticism, Calvin, sometimes in terms of people saying that they don't really notice him. But I always say it about Calvin Phillips. You always notice when he's out of the team. Always. It's just a shame that he gets injured so much. Um, Paul O'Connell, why do people think any other manager in the world can't get a tune out of these players? Surely can't be any worse than another manager would at least have put more common sense first 11 on first. Hey, Paul, you're probably right. But that's what you're gambling with. Yet again, we're gambling with this. You'd be gambling on the manager, a new manager coming in, and also upsetting this family environment that's in that locker room right now. So you'd be asking this new manager to come in and say, Luke Ayling, not for me. No, bye. Mateus Click, no, not for me. Bye. You have to think: is that manager going to be? He'd have to be a headstrong head coach to come in and do it because all of these players, it's as I've said before on here, too comfortable. James, Gavin, yeah, I mean, I hear this. I've got to the stage where I've had to turn off my notifications as it just puts me in a bad mood for days. I hear you, Gavin. Absolutely understand. Michael, KG, the captain and senior players need to go to Marcelo Bielsa as a group and say no, and we need to change tactics and personnel. Are they brave enough? Well, no, because we've seen it already, Michael, that in the January window when players were suggested or rejected. So no, they're not brave enough. But this is the gamble that we've taken. So Bandy saying long live Bielsa. Fair enough. Uh, Nick Norton, Bielsa has drained the belief out of those players. They're coming on the pitch knowing he's already got it wrong. Oh man, it's bad. It's so bad. Come on, people. Let's get the spirits up. Let's see what we can do. But but in all fairness, why should we if we're not feeling it? We've just lost 6-0. So after conceding 4 against Man U, 3 against Everton, 3 against Villa, yeah, and so on and so on. Atma goes, would you keep Bielsa if we go down, KG? No, no, I wouldn't. And more to the point, Atma, I don't think he would stay either. I don't think he would stay. So all this stuff about if we get relegated, as long as Bielsa stays, I just don't see him doing another stint in the championship. I just don't. So no. Where do you think we can realistically pick up points from next? Hmm. Good question. Let's have a look. Let's see where we're going. Right. So we got Spurs next. Spurs next. I've predicted a 3-1 loss for that one. So I don't think we'll get points in that one, but we could. I'm not saying that it's definite that we won't get points that because Tottenham are very Jekyll and Hyde themselves. So who knows? Maybe the Ellen Road crowd can do something. Leicester City was the one I was earmarking because they've been in very bad form too. Can we possibly get a point against Leicester? I don't know. But then you've got Villa at home who are also in iffy form, and then Norwich. Well, honestly, guys, I don't know. At this point, I don't know. So it's very hard. But focusing on Tottenham next, I just don't see it. Rebecca G, another thing which infuriates me, KG, is the board knew Bamford wasn't fit in Jan and didn't bring anyone in. He's going to be another 4 at this rate. I don't understand why we don't have no backups. Becca, it's because they don't want backups here. They don't want backups here. They don't want anyone challenging any of the players that are already here. And that's another thing that concerns me about the way that this club has gone, is that Bamford could get fit in the summer and they'll say, Bamford, because of what you did for us 2 years ago, we're not going to buy another striker. We're not going to buy another killer. We're going to rely on you again. And we're just going to go with the same forward line that we've got this season. It scares the life out of me as well that could happen. Me, I'm looking for another striker because Bamford has always been a bit injury prone. And I always thought after the second year anyway, you might need to go past somebody better than Bamford. But the fact that he's been missing for so long just tells me you need another main man anyway. But the way that this is being run, I can see that scenario happening where he just declares himself fit in the summer and we go with the same front line yet again. So, guys, man, this is not a good chat, man. We are down in the dumps here. We're feeling it in this one. Cozy is saying Leeds are suffocated here. Something has to happen right now. David Laddie's going to avoid it altogether. I ain't getting out of bed on Saturday to watch another stuffing. Paul, don't know how the players feel, but I have no confidence we'll beat Norwich, Brighton, etc. Yeah, I hear you. There we go, a bit of light relief. Jacob Smith, only thing missing today was a 93rd minute McKinstry sub. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Let's have a look. Sam saying, because obviously the post match are going now, I can't hear anything, as you guys know. Bielsa basically saying in his post match interview that changing the style wouldn't make a difference. Well, there we go. Wow. What can we say to this? What can you say to that? It's insane. It's insane to say that. It's absolutely insane. And I'm not talking about in a game against Liverpool. I'm really not. We're going to lose that regardless. But to say it doesn't make a difference is incredible to me. I just got no words for that. Yeah, David. This is another thing as well. David, David saying, let's face it, KG, we were crap when everyone was available. And David makes a good point, and I made this point yesterday because when players go out of this team, all of a sudden people forget that they were bad before. I remember when Luke Ayling was playing at the start of the season and he wasn't good. And people saying, maybe we should put Shackleton there, or maybe give Drame a go. Then he gets injured, and all of a sudden we lose him still. And the narrative changes, oh, we need Ayling back. And it's like, what? Why? It's crazy. It's crazy just how people just reimagine things. I will never reimagine anything. I've got everything in memory when it comes to this team this season. Oh, I see. Tom Apple 97, I'm worried, KG. Hold me. All right. Okay. I'll give you a virtual hug, Tom. There you go. Bobby, Alien, and Clicker finished. They've been done. They've been done. These were two that I said should have been upgraded in January, and people think you're absolutely insane when you talk about replacing their championship promoted players. They think you're a hater. It's absolutely crazy. SSJW animation. I'm just fed up at this point. Yeah, absolutely. Sean saying like and share and comment to cheer KG up. I mean, it helps the channel, but I don't know about cheering me up, Sean. But thank you so much. Thank you. Tommy A saying new manager needed now. Can understand. I will never. One thing I'll never do, whether you want a change now or you believe that Bielsa should stay, I will never rubbish either opinion because I see the valid points of both. You know, you support the team how you support the team. In all fairness, it's just, yeah. Like I say, this has come up a few times tonight. This is an interesting point. Alan Bell saying they aren't playing for Bielsa; he has to go. I mean, that would be a complete turnaround from where it's always been, where these players have been so grateful to Bielsa and us as fans as well, where they seemingly aren't playing for him. Does anyone else see that? I don't know if I see that myself, but if anyone else does, please tell me. What I just see is that these players are devoid of ideas and quality. That's the main thing that I'm seeing. I don't know whether they're necessarily down in tools. Now, I've seen clubs where they've down tools before. I mean, we've seen teams when they've down tools on some of our previous managers before. But I'm not sure if that's the one. But it could be. Could be. Let me know, people. Uh, Tom saying, if we drop into the bottom three, I worry what it will do to the players' minds. None have been in a relegation fight before. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. Don't even want to think about that. But it's a reality that could be coming, Tom. It's something that people have got to wrap their heads around because all of a sudden, remember all that 7 points clear? Oh, now it's 6 points. Now it's 5 points. Well, now it's three. So it's a possibility, Tom. Alibi saying couldn't complete passes just like at Everton. Phillips and Bamford won't help us anymore. Yeah, it's that as well. Just simple things. A 5 yard pass. That's how it got rolling today. Mateus Click just couldn't put it just simply to Rafinha. Just simple. And that's how they broke and won the penalty. It's things like that. But it's not going to get cut out because these players are still going to be selected, no matter what. While Gelhardt and Lewis Bate just ride the bench. It's insane to me. Anybody else in our position would be playing Joe Gelhardt. And I've said it on other platforms, and I want to say it here. Joe Gelhardt is a player that's going to go to the top. He will. And we are not utilizing him one bit. I just imagine if David O'Leary had Joe Gelhardt, he'd have loved him. He'd have loved him. He'd have played him week after week. He's just a baby. But, he would have played him. It's insane. It's actually insane that he doesn't get starts in this team. It really is. That's something that I can't accept. I couldn't accept when Rafinha was dropped for the game against Man U, and I can't accept that Joe Gelhardt isn't a starter in this Leeds United team. I just can't. Michael is saying, I'm not Bielsa out yet, but any other manager would be sacked. Why is he so immune? He's done a lot, Michael. Let me just say this. He's done a lot. When I tell you that he reignited the fire in me for Leeds United after so many years of doing nothing in the Championship, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I really can't. So he does have a lot of credit in the bank. Somebody said it earlier. He does. But these things could be sending us back to where we don't want to be. I just cannot imagine going back to the Championship. I don't even want to think about it. Going back to that league where yet again we're the big fish, where everyone plays us like it's their cup final, where we're always on Sky and everyone can see who our better players are, and then we get them nicked for peanuts in transfer fees. I cannot imagine going back onto that kind of platform. So we need something. We need something out of him this season. We need it. We need him to do something to repay the faith that we've given him. He's given us a lot of joy, but this season has been awful. It's been horrible. The joy that people have held on for 2 goals against Man United tells you exactly where the season is for us. 5 wins all season, 56 goals conceded. Come on, people, we got to wake up. 3 points away from safety with a team that is known for grinding out clean sheets, and they've got Sir Nick Pope in goal. Come on, guys. Okay, yeah. Irish Assassin. Burnley have stuck with Daesh and he's turned it around. Bielsa and the boys can do it. We just need to be behind them 100%. I'm always behind them. Irish Assassin, I'm always behind them. When they're playing, I'm always behind the team. And I think everyone in my chat would say the same too. We're all good people. My community, I love my community here. But it's about just making changes where it's necessary and giving yourself the best chance of winning the game. And I just don't think we're doing that right now. I don't think we're doing it at all. We're not giving ourselves the best chance in any of these games. And they're not just against the top sides like Liverpool. They're at home against Newcastle. They're away at Everton. We're not giving ourselves the best chance. Scooby D2, is it wrong that I wasn't looking forward to the Manchester United game? That's just wrong. Please let me look forward to that next season. Yeah, Scooby, it's a fair point to have. I've said the same thing. Like I couldn't wait for these games to come back. It was boring having rivals that we didn't really want. Barnsley was taking the mick because they'd always turn us over. Millwall, all these guys, Derby. It's good to have these guys back as rivals, but you wish that it was a bit more competitive. I think that's what you're saying. I'm the same. I wish I was going to these games thinking, hey, you know what? We might beat Manchester United at home here, but you just knew, didn't you? You knew it wasn't going to happen, and that's the problem. Blinky Fish, confidence is at an all-time low. How are the players going to bounce back from this on Saturday? No idea, Blinky Fish. That's for the coaches and for the players themselves to galvanize themselves and get up for that game against Spurs. Because Spurs will be licking their wounds after tonight as well. They'll be licking their wounds too. And they will be looking to exploit the spaces that we give everyone. Once again, tired of repeating it, but the gaps in our midfield today were awful. Joel Matip had the freedom of Anfield today. Glenn Howe, Bielsa knows what the fans think, but he's so stubborn, it's frustrating. I love him for what he's done, but his refusal to change could put us in the wilderness again. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, Glenn. It's hard to get an old person, with all due respect, not many people as they get older in that kind of age bracket change their ways of thinking. It's very, very rare. So it's very unlikely that we're going to get changes from him. As he said earlier, as somebody said from the post match, changing the system won't guarantee any changes, which I think is crazy, crazy. Mr. P, oh wow, Mr. P, I've lost the will to give a F. Wow, I think that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not. I think we all need. I don't know about this being therapy tonight, people. I think we've all been committed tonight. The therapist said, "Nah, I can't do nothing for you. It's time to go to that padded." So I think we've all been committed tonight. Thank you for your super chat, Mr. P. Philip Anderson, that's the final straw for me. Fair, fair. Michaels, you've asked this a couple of times, Michael. Are you Bielsa out, KG? I'm on the without trying to sound like I'm sitting on the fence here. It wouldn't. How do I put this? At the end of the season, I want it to be a mutual understanding, a mutual termination. Like how Arsene Wenger left Arsenal, mutual. I want that. I do. I don't want this to carry on anymore. I just don't. I need a coach with fresh ideas. Always say be careful what you wish for, of course. But if he's not going to change, he's not going to change, and that means that the squad's not going to change either. Because you talk, even going to what he likes in a small squad, that's all fair enough. But he's not using them. He's not using Charlie Creswell. We need a centre back to play today, Charlie Creswell. Even if you love that phrase of, oh, he's not old enough to play, Charlie Creswell looks like he's about 26 and he can handle himself. He can handle these games. But yet he's not playing. Lewis Bate, not playing, and he's not playing for the under 23s either. He's just doing nothing but sitting on the bench. For me, changes have got to be made in the summer, and I think it's going to be a huge, huge summer. I do. All the way around the club, I think it's going to be absolutely huge. I hope I've answered that question, but maybe I've politicked that question. I kind of feel like Boris Johnson here. I think I might have I think I may have made a politician out of that answer. I'm so sorry. But there's just so many elements to the question though, because I do worry, Michael, that if another coach came in, you got to remember this is something else that other people don't factor in. Another coach comes in, all of that training, all of the diets that they've been on go out the window. They all go. You like to think that they'd stay the same. Doesn't work like that. You know it. Any job that you're in, when you got a manager and it's going great, everyone's working in unison. It's beautiful. It's marvelous. You could have that same team, but then a new manager comes in. He changes the way you work, and all of a sudden, it's not as fun anymore. It's not as strict, and it would be the same again. These players won't keep up with the same diets that they've been on, and that kind of worries me too with a couple of them. God. Rebecca G, great point, KG. People saying how much we miss Cooper now, but we were crap in defense with him before, and everyone slagged him off all the time. It's true. It's true. And all of a sudden, he's got these additional attributes attributed to him. He's a great leader on the pitch. I've seen Liam Cooper week in, week out. He's one of the quietest people on the pitch. Do not give me that he's a great leader on the pitch. Just don't. But that's what happens. People just start to revise people's abilities when they haven't seen them so long. Liam Cooper being out isn't an issue. Calvin Phillips being out is an issue. Patrick Bamford being out is an issue. Also, the lack of squad depth is an issue. But listen, we've been through this already. Oh my gosh, well, you've been going for over an hour. Wow, this doesn't even feel like an hour. It doesn't even feel like an hour. It doesn't even feel like an hour. Damn. Mr. P, alcohol I find works wonders after these games. Well, Mr. P, unfortunately, I don't drink as I'm straight edge. But whatever vices that you're taking, just take them and be sensible, okay? My thing is, I'll probably go have a nice bath and then watch a few films to bring me back to Zen. Bring me back to Zen with a few good movies. Because God knows, I don't think I'm going to be sleeping tonight. Lewis saying Rafa is the reason we got 23 points. Absolutely. That's why it blows my mind. The same people that will criticize Rafinha will be the ones saying, "Oh, look at that pass that Mateus Click has done today. He played well." Crazy. Crazy. Well, shall I stay on? Let me get a few more of your thoughts and opinions because Sean, behave yourself. Oaks is saying, on a positive note, we are not boring to watch. Yeah, it's fun for everyone else. Everyone else is having a laugh. My group chat is actually buzzing. They're all having fun. I'm not having fun with this. I'm not having fun with this at all. John Knox, we need to have a ruthless clear out in the summer. Get rid of the championship players. Yeah, this should have been done last summer, but yeah. Markify KG, you called it, man. Unfortunately, I did. Chris Baldwin, Bielsa talks waffle now. See things like that as well. We used to think that was all like cutesy and oh, look how intelligent he is and everything else like that. But you're not the only person I've seen now that says that he needs syrup with his press conferences because it's just waffle. I understand it too. So again, I see both sides. I do. Man, now I sound like Donald Trump. I gotta get these politicians out of my head, innit? Crazy. Tommy, yeah, we're the worst team in the league and we're going down. Prove me wrong. It's up to the players to prove you wrong. You can't really disagree a lot what he's saying. Jacob Smith, table is so scary now. Could be in a relegation if teams use their games in hands well. Yeah, because and this is another thing as well. Everyone loves their fancy tables and point per game here and the likelihood of a team not winning here. It matters what happens on the pitch, and the sooner people get their heads through around that, the better. The amount of times I see people trying to, yeah, Burnley aren't going to win here. Nah, they got no chance of winning there. They've been so poor. No, Norwich aren't going to get a point here. But this is what's been happening, and we're losing at home to Newcastle, battered to a very poor Everton team. So I understand the trepidation. I do. Paul saying it's the confidence, KG. Yeah, confidence is shot. Confidence is all gone. Woodsy saying, I feel the frustration in the dressing room is showing on the pitch. Yeah. Stephen Hay, last 6 games, goal scored 8 against 19. It's embarrassing. It's just horrible when you see the numbers cold like that as well. See, it's even worse. Andrew McVeigh, burnt out players, system induced regular injuries, all orchestrated by a math professor with no accountability or restrictions placed on him. That's the thing. I said as well when it came to the January window, if they have to go over his head and say no, we are going to get this player in, Marcelo, you're going to have to take him, and he doesn't like it, that's a risk that you have to take. That is a risk that you had to take. Please go back on my videos. I said it. I said you have to go over his head and just bolster this squad up. You have to, and it didn't happen. Johnny J, thank you for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. We needed players in January. When Bielsa said no, he should have been replaced. It is really that simple. Yes, thanks for 2018 to 21. Then one season too many. Yeah, listen, I can't disagree. I can't disagree, man. In terms of what you've just said there, cannot disagree. I've forgotten that quote already. That movie quote. You might have to give it me back. If you live long enough to be a hero and a villain, you know that quote, people. Ian saying Bielsa needs to go before he tarnishes his legacy. It's on the verge of being toxic. Like for me, I'd say this though, Ian. If we do stay up and Bielsa does it and then he says bye, won't tarnish the legacy for me. Yes, it would have been a bad season to end it on. It would, but for me, I'd remember the in totality and say, great, beautiful job. We're now in the Prem. We can now move on to the next level or push on to the next chapter. But if we go down, it for me it undoes everything like that. Like so, we did all that to go up just to come back down and then start again. That's where it does get undone for me if we do get relegated. Absolutely would. But if we stay up, then nah, I think his legacy will be okay. But I don't think he should be here for another season. I don't. Um, Glenn saying he's running out of credit. Surely, wow. It's a lot of mixed opinions, but you know what? Thank you all for giving it respectfully. Because tell you it's a real toxic place right now in Leeds, and I've said it on here, but it's almost like pre Bielsa where there was just factions of Leeds fans just against each other, and it's kind of I've seen it again online. We've had it really good. We've had it good for the last few years, but this season has kind of tested everybody, and it's making everyone look in different directions for blame or for positives where there might not be any. And it's starting to feel like those testy times again where we were just mediocre in the championship and we were all arguing where who should play next to Rudy Austin? Is it Michael Tong or is it Michael Brown, David Norris? I remember those times, and it's crap. It's horrible. The last few years have been amazing with Leeds fans because it's been all in one direction. But right now, there does seem to be a divide happening. So yeah, so just shout out to everyone for leaving respectful comments. Obviously, if they're not respectful, then you can go somewhere else. It's as simple as that as well. Um, M saying, I agree with you, KG. I was hesitant to start at start to protect the players, but clearly obvious that Bate and Joe need to start. Yeah, this is my point, and I said this months ago before everyone else jumped on the bandwagon. I said Gelhardt, you can see it in him. He's got that dog in him, as we say. He's got that dog in him. He's ready to start. But people were just giving out excuses. Oh, he's too young. He's too young. But I don't think anybody would have loved the 99 2000 team, and that was my team. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, right. Wow, we have been going a long time, man. We've gone a long time. Markifier, the Steelers gone. KG, yeah. There is no steel. People are walking through us like we're not even there. It's so embarrassing. That's one of the things for me. It's just embarrassing now, just watching us. You almost feel not sorry for them, but it's just embarrassing seeing them trying to defend set pieces. Van Dyke, how do you let Van Dyke go free? I know Pascal was on him, but that's what happens in the zonal marking. If someone loses them, somebody else says, "Oh, I'll go and get him." But it don't work like that in our team. Tommy A just said it. Just needs some common sense. Not asking for anything else. Completely hear you. Completely hear you, man. This has not been a great one, but this is how I can only say that this is how I currently feel, and judging by the chatter in the chat here, the live chat, that's how you feel too. But what I always say as well is when because people watch these videos, they watch them like 2 days later, sometimes in 3 days, and that's when everything calms down. That's when usually everything calms down, and they think you're being reactive. They think you're being over over dramatic. But I would say think about how you were feeling when the game finished. How was you feeling then, and give your thoughts from then, not 3 days later, if that makes sense. Richard is saying they look tactically devoid and knackered. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Michael Pollard, Burnley's problems were mainly when Pope was out. He's a quality goalkeeper, and it's showing. Michael, I don't know if you're a long time subscriber to me, but Nick Pope is one of my favorite goalkeepers in the league. Like he should be at a better club. He's top notch, and it's plain to see every time I see the guy play. He should be at a better club, but maybe injuries and his age has probably gone against him now. But he's a game changer, and he's done it again. John Paul, keeping it real, KG, love it, got to go, no problem, man. Yeah, we've been going for a very long time. It's very long. This is probably the longest one I've done. Uh, what's that? Christopher saying Conte apparently has walked away from Spurs. Let me see. Uh, uh, I don't see that yet. I don't see that just yet. Uh, no, all it's got is that Tottenham's unacceptable run. Club will have to assess me. I don't know whether he's asking to be sacked so he can get out with a payday. I don't know if that's what could be happening, Chris. But he's not currently out just yet. Mick Brown, tactics are dire and being found out, but younger gun should be in the starting lineup. Bielsa has got his favourites. Boards are not good too. Yeah. Yeah, listen, it's Peter. Yeah, said it all the time. Peter saying Leeds United Football Club, not Marcelo Bielsa Football Club. Yeah, said it many times. Nice one. Craig saying Cajun needs to listen to NSYNC and say bye 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 to Bielsa. You may hate me, but nah. Oh man. Oh, thank you for giving me a couple smiles, man. This is good. Paul saying KG, every Leeds fan's favorite post-match shrink. Oh well, I'll take that. I'll take that. But you know what, Paul? I would much rather that we're in Euphoria together. That's much more fun. It is. It's way more. We're bouncing more when we're winning games. But we've only done that 5 times in the league this season. So I guess this is a poach match shrink session this season. I guess it is. Oh, guys. Yeah, Pellegrino, I know I'm resigned to it. Even I haven't cheered myself up. Pellegrino saying, sorry, KG, even you couldn't soothe our wounds tonight. Sorry. I know. I'm I'm with you. I'm with you. But listen. Oh, oh no. Sorry. Just gonna go for a few more chats. We're almost at 11 o'clock. Michael, Michael's come back. Fair enough. I'm a Spurs fan here doing some scouting, but from what I've seen, you guys have been woeful. Yeah, and that's from a Spurs fan that's just lost to Burnley. By the way, it's all mad. It's all mad. Super chat from Leah Moore. Oh, nice Foo Fighters badge, man. The thought of going away to Rotherham and Wigan next season makes me feel physically sick. Liam, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it, man. I feel you though. I absolutely feel you there. Oh, no, I don't even want to think about that. Oh, God. Some people have to comfort eat. Holy Ghost, some have to comfort eat. Yeah. Dalesy, good question. Where do you think we'll finish now, KG? um, I don't know, Dalesy. I can't answer that. I'll probably give you an answer. It's a cop out, I know, but I'll probably give you an answer once the league's leveled up in terms of games played. I think it's too tough to call right now because teams below us are picking up points and we're not picking up anything but whoopings. So it's a bit hard for me to say. If you're talking to me right now, I'd still probably say 17th at at a stretch, but I don't know. Honestly, can't answer that right now. Yeah, this is so bad. Damn. Bobby saying, thanks for the super chat, Bobby. At least Robert's got some minutes, KG. Can't wait for him to reach his full potential. My star boy, he's going to smash it in the championship. You know what, Bobby? That's tremendous. Thank you. Hmm. You know what? I feel like I want to leave it on that note. I think I'm going to leave it on that note. Oh no, well, someone's asked about the Penguins. I can't leave it on that note now, but I may just put that one to end it, Bobby. That's tremendous. Thank you for that, Bobby. That's awesome. Stephen Houston's asking his daughter's just asked why I'm wearing a Penguins hat. I told her it's similar to me rooting for Leeds. Yeah, just tell your daughter I've been watching the Penguins since the late 90s. Followed them all the way through, even when they nearly went bankrupt and moved cities. They're just my ice hockey team. I've been to see them play. So yeah, my love for the Penguins usually evens out what happens with Leeds, but yeah, Penguins are my NHL team. So yeah, that's the reason why. Um, Aaron Ward Baptiste saying crack starting to show 2 kg. Rafa complaining, Melier and Ailing complaining, even Dallas head and shoulders down. Yeah, I mean, even Dallas. I mean, he did handball it, but he just accepted it, didn't he? He didn't even, when footballers usually try and say, "Ah, I didn't touch it, I didn't touch it." He just like, all right, yeah. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. It's where we are. Confidence is absolutely in the mud. Beefy saying, "How's Brownie KG? Rest in peace, Mark Lanigan. Yeah, Queens of the Stone Age, man. Yeah, that Songs for the Deaf album. I used to kill that album. Philly Flyers rule. Beefy, don't make me put you in timeout. The Flyers, you trying to upset me even more? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Um, Sajel, night, KG. Try and get some sleep tonight. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. Thank you. Like I say, when we're like this, it's all because of you guys interacting with me. So this only goes as good as the interaction is, and you guys have been good, and it's good to go through this together. Mark Dooley, great stream, KG. Despite, yeah. Well, listen, people, I'm going to end it there because I don't think we can cover any more. We've got to get ourselves ready for Spurs on Saturday. It's an early kickoff too. Am I going to do a preview for that? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I will do one. But yeah, just in closing, it's embarrassing. It's another embarrassing loss. 3 points from the relegation zone with teams below us with games in hand. 56 goals conceded, which is more than we did in the whole of last season, and with no change of plan. So yeah, it's about moving on to the next one and seeing what we can do against Tottenham. Because although I do think that we're going to lose, there is a chance that we could get something, but everybody has to play to 100% of their abilities, whoever's selected. So we'll see. But people, I'm going to leave Bobby's on the screen to end this because, yeah, Bobby, yeah, I'm glad you're leaving it on that comment. Yeah, it's tremendous. You really cheered me up with that one. That one is tremendous. One of the best super chats I've seen. Love that kind of stuff. So thank you all for tuning in, and please like the video if you haven't already. Please do that before you click off it, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.